Hello again, everyone, and welcome to the 2019 Armed Forces Men's Basketball Championships here at Naval Station in Mayport, Florida, as we get set for the start of the final game today against the United States Army and the United States Navy. At this time, let's meet the starting five from the United States Navy. From Woodbridge, Virginia, stationed aboard the USS Baton, 5'9" point guard, Tillman Dunbar. From Denver, Colorado, he's stationed at Naval Hospital in Jacksonville, power forward, Ronald Ray. From Medford, Oregon, he represents the Coast Guard in San Francisco, 6'4" power forward, Craig Johnson. Calling home Charlotte, North Carolina, he's stationed aboard the USS Shiloh, 6'4" forward, Worth Smith. And from Mountain View, California, 6'3" guard, Grant Vermeer. Head coach of the United States Navy, Micah Bonner. Now let's meet starting members of the U.S. Army basketball team. From Fairfax, Virginia. From Anchorage, Alaska, 6'2" guard, Maurice Williams. Calling home Fayetteville, North Carolina, he's stationed in Kaiserslautern, Germany, 5'9" guard, Alex Bradley. From Augusta, Georgia, stationed at Fort Gordon, Georgia, 6'8" forward, Mamadou Seck. From Boston, Massachusetts, stationed at Walter Reed Medical Hospital in Bethesda, 6'8", forward, Jamal Thomas. And from Clarksville, Tennessee, stationed at Fort Bliss, Texas, 6'10", center forward, Kyle Weldon. Head coach of the United States Army, Carl Little. Our officials for today's game, Mr. Ray Ames, Mr. Kevin Virginello, and Mr. Jeff Johnson. So there you have it, the starting five from each United States Navy and the United States Army for today's game, the final game of today here in the 2019 edition of the Armed Forces Men's Basketball Championships. Army versus Navy. A follow-up to the game we just saw, Army versus Navy as well, but that was on the women's side. So game underway, tip control by the Army. And then we'll be going from left to right. Alex Bradley off to Mamadou Seck, former Saluki from Southern Illinois. Drives the left side, gets a ball screen by Weldon. Looks for a shot along the baseline, and he'll turn it over. Long pass down court. Taken by Dunbar. He'll wait for the troops. Three-point shot, it's up, it's good by Ronald Ray, and Navy right out of the gates with a 3-0 lead. Mamadou Seck gives it back to Bradley, who gives it out front right now to Thomas. To Weldon. Turnaround jumper by Weldon, no good. Rebound off the hands of either Worth Smith or Ronald Ray. Bottom line, going to be Army ball into their own basket. 1 minute gone in this ball game. 3-0, Navy. Out front it goes to Jamal Thomas. He'll dribble right side, goes over to Mamadou Seck near the arc. Fakes the drive, back out to Thomas, back over to Seck, same place. Down low that time to Williams. Three-point attempt as it goes back out to Seck. It's no good. Army comes away with the rebound. Nice job by Williams over in the corner. He gets it, kicks it back out to Jamal Thomas. Jumper, free throw line, no good. Ball's up. Taken out of the air that time by Ronald Ray. Rebound Ray. Here comes Tillman Dunbar, left side. Back out to Johnson. Over to Ray. Turnover Navy. And a whistle on the play. Foul that time by Ronald Ray. He knew it. Hand up in the air very quickly. Hasn't always been the case. Ray has picked up a couple of fouls in the game yesterday. Well, we'll put it mildly, called them questionable. Quick explanation by the official on foul versus flagrant foul. No schooling done here, though. Drive that time by Bradley. Over to Jamal Thomas. Top of the key by Thomas. Kicks it over to Williams. Down to Weldon. Spins into the lane. Little left-hand layup. Right-hand layup, I should say. No good. Hits the front of the rim. Comes out. Rebound Navy. Right side to Worth Smith. Into the corner to Vermeer. He dishes down low to Craig Johnson, who finishes with 2. 5-0 Navy. Reese Williams, left side, in the corner. Guarded by Dunbar. Back out to Bradley, over this time. To Jamal Thomas. He takes it back top of the key. Pass deflected, knocked out of bounds by Tillman Dunbar. And into the game comes Darrell Henderson for the Army. Kyle Weldon comes out. And timeout is called on the floor. It's going to be coach's timeout called by the Army. And it's going to be the 30-second timeout. Army coached by Carl Little. Carl Little winding up his Army career. Over 20 years of service. Stationed with North Carolina State University, Army ROTC. And he'll enter the Army Transition Program, whereby he will spend 6 months in an internship basis with North Carolina Central as he retires and then seeks to enter the ranks of college coaching. So a great segue, if you will, and great opportunity for the Army coach, Carl Little. Williams goes down low. Shot goes up that time by Henderson, no good. Vermeer's got it coming down the other way. He'll drive into the lane and kicks it out to Worth Smith. Worth Smith, stop, jumper, 19-footer, no good. Seck with the rebound, he'll come up the right side. Mamadou Seck, former Saluki from Southern Illinois. Former outstanding player in this tournament. He went to OCS last year, became an officer with the Army. Drive by Williams, guarded by Vermeer, whistle on the play. Fouled in the act of shooting, and that foul's going to go against Grant Vermeer. It's going to send Maurice Williams to the line. Maurice Williams played at the Military Academy at West Point for 4 years with the Bishop O'Connell High School in Fairfax, Virginia, prior to coming into the Army. He's a logistics officer, playing in his second Armed Forces tournament. Drops the first shot, it's good, the Army's on the board. They trail 5-1. Army women coming back into the gym right now. They just beat the Navy to take their tournament record to 4-1 and equals the Navy's record of 4-1. That's with the women. Shot was good by Williams. It's a 5-2 ball game. Navy leads by 3. Tillman Dunbar. Top of the key. Gives up to Ray. Back to Dunbar. 3-point shot. It's up good. Rolls around. Mamadou Seck with the rebound. He'll come down the right side. Dribbles across the lane. A little layup. No good. Flicked away by Navy. Here comes Dunbar. Drive. Shot. It's up. No good. Rebound that time by Darrell Henderson. Army will rip it down and run it the other direction. Down to Mamadou Seck. Kicks out to Williams. He's called for traveling though. Got a little bit ahead of himself. Feet got ahead of the body. One too many steps. He'll turn the ball over. 5-2 is the score. 16:06 remaining in the first half. Over to Grant Vermeer on the right side. Back out to Ray. Over to Worth Smith. Dunbar. Vermeer. Down to Craig Johnson. Back out to Ray. Three-point attempt. It's up. No good. Rebound. Mamadou Seck. Here comes Army. Right side now with Maurice Williams. He'll give it up to Alex Bradley. He'll set up the offense. And pass deflected, knocked away by Tillman Dunbar. Three players on the floor right now for Navy who played together at the Naval Academy. That's Grant Vermeer, Worth Smith, and Tillman Dunbar. I saw them this morning going into breakfast, said, you guys know a lot about each other, don't you? They said, we sure do. They played together so long at the Naval Academy. They're together here on the All-Navy team. They know each other's moves. That's what it takes for teamwork. Shot that time by Alex Bradley. No good. Rebound Navy. They'll come up the other way. Into the game right now, Deontay Jones. Sharpshooter for the Navy. They call him the zone buster. Dunbar will drive the right side of the lane, lays it up, in and out, no good. Comes up with the loose ball, puts it back up again, it's no good. Mamadou Seck gets the rebound. Come down the right side this time. Thomas will put it back out to Bradley. Bradley guarded by Tillman Dunbar. A lot of good point guards in this tournament here. Each team has a good point guard. Down low to Henderson. He'll drive along the baseline. Guarded by Ray. Tries to go up with a shot. Blocked that time by Smith. And they're going to get jump ball on it. Like the call, no foul. And it's going to be possession arrow Navy. But you talk about Alex Bradley. You talk about Tillman Dunbar. Talk about Cattenhead from the Marine Corps. Talk about Davion Allen from the Air Force. And those are four pretty good point guards. Putting it on the floor, kicking it out to the corner to Smith into the game. Okamina for the Navy, turnover Navy. Army will come the other way. Maurice Williams down the floor, right side, gives it up to Bradley. Three-point shot by Williams and counted, it's good. We got a tie ball game, 13:52 remaining in this first half of play. Pass down low to Vermeer. Little dump pass, he gives it off to Worth Smith. Smith converts nicely, 7-5, Navy. Army working it around. Bradley between the circles, will dribble to the right side. Behind the back. And guarded a little too closely that time by Tillman Dunbar, who's called for the foul. I said Dunbar, let me recheck that. Foul was on. Make that number 11. Foul was on Okamina, not Dunbar. Dunbar will bring it down the floor. Gives it up to Jones, Deontay Jones, top of the circle, ball screen, three-point shot by Jones. It's up, bounces off the rim, rolls off the rim. If there's such a thing as a soft three-pointer, that was it. Left side, far left corner that time by Blackwell. No good, rebound Navy. They'll come back the other way. Right side by Murphy, three-pointer, it's up, it's in, credited. Murphy playing in Macomb, Illinois with Western Illinois prior to coming in to the Navy. He was all Armed Forces team back in 2013, so he's got the experience, just like a lot of other players out on the court. Maurice Williams, top of the key, drives straight down the lane through the traffic, it's up, no good, foul on the play. That's going to go against Okamina, his second foul. Right. 10-7 ball game, Navy out in front. At the line, Maurice Williams. Makes it good on him. So Okamina will come out of the game. Into the game in his place will come Blake Brush. All-time leading scorer from his high school. Back in Augusta, Georgia. Into the game as well, Justin Williams for the Navy. Vermeer gets a rest. And you got a lane violation that time by Darrell Henderson of the Army. So shot, not a valid shot. Lane violation, Army. Comes back the other way. Comes down the court. Blackwell, turnover Navy. Out front now to Maurice Williams. And to Henderson. Shots up that time by Kennedy Edwards. No good. And stealing it is Blackwell. Whistle on the play. Couldn't exactly see what the call of the official was. Out of bounds, I think. Or was that walking? Bottom line, it was walking. Bottom line, Army turns it over. So Navy ball. Dennis Murphy running the point guard this time. Hands it off to Williams. Drives the right side. Does Justin Williams. Lays it up. No good. Rebound that time by Darrell Henderson. Over to Kenneth Blackwell. Blackwell between the circles. He's a paralegal. So make sure you keep by the rules out there on the floor. Shot behind the arc that time. Nicely done by Maurice Williams for 3 points. And it's a 10-10 ball game. 10-10 is the score. 11-11 remaining in the first half of play. So subs coming into the game for Navy. Dunbar will come back in, as will Craig Johnson. 2 of the 5 starters. Out on the floor, you got Blake Bush. You've also got Deontay Jones. And looking for a little blood on the jerseys right now, particularly on the jersey of Okamina. So he may have to change that. Here comes Dunbar. Ball screen. Back on the right side. Gets another ball screen, dribbles to the right. Into a little bit of traffic, lays it up, no good. Off it comes to Deontay Jones, 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound, Darrell Henderson. Henderson controlling the boards. The defensive end of the floor for Army. Down low to Henderson, nice entry pass by Williams, and Henderson converts and is fouled on the play. Count the shot, send him to the line. And 30-second timeout is called on the floor. So no shot, don't count it. Foul that time was committed by Craig Johnson. Had not there been a foul, it would have been good, but subsequently the whistle and no shot on the play. So we'll take the 30-second timeout. Okamina will change his jersey. It remains to be seen what jersey he comes back out in. And Army will come back onto the floor. Into the game for Army, Marquise Becton. Right side, working it around, over to Becton. Down to Blackwell, he'll drive across the lane. Little soft floater, lays it up nicely. Count it, it's good. 13-10 is the score right now. Tillman Dunbar over on the right side. All Patriot League Remember when he was at the Naval Academy. There's your downtown shot. But don't count it. Downtown shot by Deontay Jones. Could have been, would have been, should have been a three-pointer. But whistle on the play. Foul by his teammate, Justin Williams, before the shot by Deontay Jones. So the score remains 13-10. Drive by Maurice Williams. He goes to put it up and is fouled in the act, so he'll go to the line. So that foul is going to go against Deontay Jones. So a change in the number right now. That's going to be a change in the jersey for Dennis Murphy. He was the one that had blood on the jersey. Blood on a couple of jerseys, so we're going to have to change 2 jerseys right now. Dennis Murphy has changed from 2 into 10. And like I said, it remains to be seen what Larry Okamina is going to come out and wear. Next shot by Maurice Williams. It's up, rolls around. It's no good. So he misses a couple of them. Dribble around left side. Blake Bush kicks it all the way over to Deontay Jones. Kicks it back out front to Bush. Bush dribbles down the right side and throws it away. Tried to get it back out to Deontay Jones. They did not have Tillman Dunbar in the mix that time for whatever reason. So Bush will come out of the game, and into the contest comes Worth Smith. Worth Smith, a 4-year starter at the Naval Academy. All again, like Dunbar, all Patriot League. He's back in the game for Navy. Kenneth Blackwell dumps down low to Darrell Henderson. He'll lay it up, reverse layup underneath the basket. Counted, it's good. 15-10 Army. 5-point lead. Left corner, Worth Smith dumps it down low. Little sky hook that time, in and out by Justin Williams. Rebound Army. Blackwell brings it up right side. Kicks it over this time to Alex Bradley. He'll run the offense. Bradley will dribble left. Gives it off to Becton. Becton comes around the right side. Gets the ball screened that time by Henderson, who cuts underneath. Blackwell has it on the left side. He'll charge down the lane, right side, kicks it out all the way to the corner. Shot is up, it's good. Score it by Kennedy Edwards. And 3-point shot by Worth Smith. Makes it an 18-13 ball game. Army leads still by 5. Bradley being guarded by Dunbar. Passes over the left side to Kenneth Blackwell. He'll pass it back to Alex Bradley. Gives it up to Becton. High on the right side. Dribbles down towards the baseline, puts up a soft jumper, no good. A rebound, Deontay Jones. Gives it off to Dunbar. They'll come back the other way. Dunbar tries to get through traffic, can't get there. Becton will steal it. He'll come down the right side. Fast break, rebound. Off the glass, into the hoop it goes by Marquise Becton. And a foul on the play. So the ball will come back over to Navy. 18-13 is the score. Army's lead by 5. Kicks out the right side. Grant Vermeer into the game. Gives it back to Dunbar, over to Worth Smith. He'll drive the baseline. Nice double team. 3-point shot by Vermeer, top of the key. And loose ball taken away by Bradley that time. Down to Becton. Over the left side to Edwards. Gives it up to Blackwell. Puts it back out to Bradley. They'll reset the offense. 15 seconds on the shot clock. goes to Blackwell. He'll lose it. Taken by Dunbar. He'll come the other way. Dunbar gives it up to Worth Smith, who kicks it over to Deontay Jones, who hits the three-point shot from deep on the right side. 18-16 is the score. With Alex Bradley on the right side for the Army. And knocked out of bounds that time by the defender, Tillman Dunbar. Kenneth Blackwell will come out of the game for the Army. The native of San Diego, California, went to Evergreen High School. That's Kenneth Blackwell. And three-point attempt that time by Kennedy Edwards. Doesn't go. Navy comes away with the rebound. Go ahead back the other direction. Worth Smith behind the arc. Double team. Army playing a zone. Three-point shot that time, nothing but air. Long pass down the court, all the way down to Bradley. He misses on the layup attempt, gets his own rebound, so the troops arrive. They will reset everything. And out front very quickly goes Jamal Thomas. Thomas can play underneath, Thomas can play out front. He'll give it up to Bradley though, on the right side. Bradley will dribble left, down the lane, reverse layup, kisses the glass, it's good. 20-16 the score. 5:55 remaining in the first half. Dunbar in trouble when he drove into traffic, gave it up to Ray. Vermeer comes up with it, he tries to put it up, no good. Rebound Army, fast break at the other end. And it's Marquise Becton who hung in the air, guarded tightly, but hung in the air and made the conversion as Army goes up 22-16. Navy has called a timeout. 5:38 remaining in the first half. And Army taking a 6-point lead over Navy. We want to remind you that our live and complete stats are brought to you by StatVA. StatVA, keeping the record straight. That's what they do. They do a good job around here. By the way, you can access these stats by going to www.armedforcesports.com. And you can watch the live stream of today's action. And you can pull up the stats of not only this game, but of all the previous games in the 2019 Armed Forces Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. We're coming to you from Naval Station in Mayport, Florida, and wherever you are. If you're watching this live stream, we're glad you're with us. 22-16, 5:38 to play here in the first half. Army out to a 6-point lead. The last two times these teams met, a little bit different. Navy beat the Army 78-70. Of course, a lot of basketball still to be played in this one right here. And then a lot of basketball left to be played in this tournament. We are back tomorrow. Men's and women's action, Army versus the Marine Corps, Navy versus the Air Force. Championship game and the bronze medal game, that's coming up on Saturday. Turnover Navy. Defense has been the name of the game. Becton gets the screen by Henderson, hits the three-point shot. Man, he got a screen on that one. Laid it up, put it up nicely. Scores three, 25-16. Down the court that time. Shots up. Shot's good. 25-18 should be the score. Sek drives around the left side, puts a little layup in, no good. Henderson comes away with the rebound. Henderson has played strong, kicks it out to Bradley. He puts up the three-point shot. It's no good. Rebound Worth Smith. He turns it over. Tried to go down court with it, and now Army turns it over. Ray comes away with it, gives it up to Deontay Jones, out left side to Smith. He puts up a three-pointer, no good. Tracked down by Mamadou Sek. Down low, the drive that time, loses it, is Jamal Thomas. Tried to take it into traffic, back down the other way. And that's going to be Dennis Murphy, who had to change his jersey. Tried to put it up on the runner, fouled in the act. He's going to go to the line now. That foul's on Mamadou Seck. Mamadou Seck picks up his first personal foul. Seven team fouls for the Navy, 2 team fouls for the Army. As the shot is good by Dennis Murphy. Murphy stationed aboard the USS Theodore Roosevelt. He's a logistics specialist. And he puts his next shot up, it's good as well. 25-20, 5-point lead, 3:49 remaining, first half. Alex Bradley over to Maurice Williams. Guarded by Deontay Jones. Gives it up to Mamadou Seck. He'll drive the right side. Puts it up, it's no good. Gets his rebound, he puts it back in. Left hand, Mamadou Seck, nicely done. 27-20. Navy comes down court quick. Throws it out of bounds from the far right side off the hands of Deontay Jones. Army will get the ball, bring it back the other way. So quick question resolved about the clock. It stays where it is. Far side, Maurice Williams. He's going to drive across the lane. Kicks it all the way out in the corner. Shot goes up by Jonathan Kindred. He had 4 3-pointers in overtime yesterday. Missed on that 3-point attempt there. Deontay Jones, far right corner. It's no good. Mamadou Seck with the rebound. Seck will bring it up the right side. Guarded by Grant Vermeer. Tries to drive around Vermeer. He's going to have to get it back out. He goes back out to Alex Bradley. 2:44 remaining in this first half. Left side to Williams now. Out top to Henderson. Down low. Aaron's shot comes back the other way. Vermeer on the layup. The drive. It's good. And down he goes to the floor. Foul of the play. So count the shot. Call the foul against Maurice Williams. And Grant Vermeer will go to the line. So Vermeer will go to the line. Grant Vermeer in this tournament. Only 44% from the free throw line. 9 for 20. Hard to believe from a Naval Academy guy like that. But he sinks his first shot. Not an outstanding statistic that he would be proud of. Let's put it like that. But then again, he hasn't been playing a lot of basketball, perhaps, until he became part of this team this year. Loose basketball, turnover Army. Vermeer will take it back down the other way, up off the glass. It's good, and it's a 2-point ball game. Bradley lost the ball that time. Vermeer took it away, went the distance, laid it up, and it's 27-25. And Henderson fouled out near the top of the key, that time by Ronald Ray. Ray thought he got all ball, but the official did not. Subsequently, Ray gets tagged with the foul. That's going to be Ronald Ray's second foul, and it's going to send Darrell Henderson to the line. Henderson goes to the line for today. He will toe that line right now, Will Henderson, with a 6% free throw shooting average. He'll make that shot. 1:52 remaining in the first half. 28-25 is the score. And he'll get the second shot. In and out. Rebound that time by Murphy. Murphy will bring it down. Gives to Vermeer, back to Murphy, top of the key between the circles. Right side, Dunbar, down low to Ray. Ray gives a little screen, three-point shot by Ray. It's no good, that's tracked down by Bradley. He'll give it up to Becton. Becton will come up the left side. Army playing tough on defense right now. Maurice Williams dribbles over the right side, gives it up to Bradley. He'll dribble around Dunbar. Dunbar will go right, Bradley goes right down the lane, puts it up, no good. Rebound, Henderson. Kicks it back out to Williams, behind the arc. He'll put up the three-point shot, no good. Batted away that time by Henderson. Army maintains control. They get a fresh shot clock. It goes down to Henderson along the baseline. He's feeling his oats. Tries to get in between people, couldn't do it, and he's fouled that time. He commits the offensive foul, the player control foul. Henderson really feeling his oats right now. He's doing a great job defensively on the board. But then when they give him the ball down around the baseline, he's feeling his oats so strong, he thinks he can just take it right through people. Didn't happen that time, though. He got called for the foul. That confidence can get the best of you sometime. Come out the other end. 28-25 the score. 40 seconds remaining in the first half. Vermeer to Ray. Ray will lay it in. It's a one-point ball game. 30 seconds remaining. 2-second difference in the shot clock and the game clock. Henderson, top of the key, batted away by Dunbar. Dunbar's going to go after it, so does Henderson. And a foul on the play. Foul on the play. Let's see how they call this one. The officials are going to talk about it. One thought it might have been flagrant. The other one did not give that signal. And it's a flagrant one. Flagrant foul against Darrell Henderson, which is going to send Tillman Dunbar to the line. Tough fight for the ball with 17.5 seconds left in the first half. And the flagrant foul called against Darrell Henderson sends Tillman Dunbar to the line. His team trails by 1. And he misses the first shot. Score remains 28-27. He'll get another one. He's a 53% free throw shooter. And he makes the second one. We're all tied up. Henderson will come out of the game. Into the game for Army comes Kennedy Edwards with 17.5 seconds remaining. It's going to be Navy's ball after the flagrant foul. And now it comes to Tillman. 28-28. Right side by Tillman. He'll drive the right side, guarded by Seck, and a foul called on the play. Fouls against Mamadou Seck. He's not appreciative of the call as Seck, but it makes no difference because back to the free throw line goes Tillman Dunbar, the surface warfare officer from the USS Bataan. Been out of the academy for 3 years now, but enjoying every moment of his participation here in the Armed Forces Championships. And he sinks the first shot to give Navy the lead, 29-28. 3.1 seconds left to go on the game clock here in the first half. Second shot up, rolls off. Sek comes away with it. Clock ticks. Half-court shot by Mamadou Sek. It's no good. It goes off the side. And as your first half comes to an end, the score stands Navy 29, Army 28. Take a look at the leading scorers for Navy in the first half. Grant Vermeer with 7 points. Dennis Murphy with 8 points. 5 rebounds on the day for Ronald Ray. Leading scorers for the Army, 9 points for Maurice Williams. 2 men with 5 points, that's going to be Darrell Henderson, and 5 points also by Marquise Becton. So those are your individual tallies in the first half today. Taking a look at some of the team totals. 36% from the floor is Army, 37%. Closely matched is Navy. Army 10 for 28, Navy 10 for 27 from the floor. When it comes to action behind the arc, Army's got 4 3-pointers, Navy's got 4 3-pointers. Army's 4 for 10, Navy is 4 for 12. Difference a little bit at the free throw line, but then again, not much. Army 4 for 7 at the charity stripe, Navy 5 for 7. Points off the bench so far, points off a turnover, 14 points off a turnover by Navy. And 8 points off of turnovers by Army. Everything else pretty much even. Fast break points, 2 apiece. Points in the paint, 12 apiece. Rebounds, 16 rebounds for Navy in the first half. Army, 23 rebounds. So that's a look at the numbers individually and team numbers as well. Teams headed to the locker room. We're going to take a timeout here as we do so. Score stands Navy 29, Army 28. We're going to step aside for 7 minutes. When we come back, we'll be ready for the start of the second half, the final game in today's action of the 2019 Armed Forces Men and Women's Basketball Championships. We'll be back in roughly 7 from now.
I'm trying not to be critical, but at the same token, when I see people working hard, and I see people, I watch what they do, not what they say.
It's a pill sometimes. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Give me some feedback.
Quite frankly, I think you're doing great. I know it might not be what you want to hear, but
What works well, what, you know?
I like how you you're following the action. You're good on the action. You're not disappearing from it when you talk about quick to talk about where they're at, bring the story to them, add a little personal side.
I'm calling this like it's a radio game because I don't have a monitor. If this was a TV, you call off the monitor. You don't tell people what they can see for themselves. Because this is the way it is, it's got to be done on the radio. They can't read the numbers and they can't tell who the players are.
And quite frankly, with the stream quality, anytime you have
I didn't feel like I had much choice. I
No.
didn't really. I just thought it had to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, when people do broadcasts, I mean, they're sending it out by a satellite signal. They're not sending it out by, you know. And if we're doing it, we have to rely on the internet. Right now, 5G is not an option yet. So,
Well, we're in the ball game. Let's
yeah,
put it like that.
I mean, the upload speed is not all that great here. So you got I think we had better upload speed than Liz, to be honest.
Are you getting any comments back from anybody?
Steve Brown had really good comments. There was coaches left comment. Navy particularly. Navy Coach Bonner was very happy. He's like, I really appreciate you guys because the announcements are absolutely fantastic. It's just like I'm just trying to find out why I can't figure out this clock system. I might have to change it.
Again, you're in a position where you're still learning.
I know, and you know what the funny thing is? After this, I'm not going to stream again until. Huh? Yeah. So let's say hypothetically, I won't. Because here's the thing, we don't.
You won't stream against your wrestling.
Yeah. Realistically. And I don't stream it.
Wrestling?
Yeah. Like I personally don't stream it.
Jerry streams it.
Huh? Comes from Jack Wrestling.
Jack wrestling.
Yeah. I mean, I'd rather do it from our end because they won't put it out on our YouTube stuff. They only do it from track.
Well, it's your call. You can do it.
Go back to number 2. I got the blood out.
In the wrestling.
On YouTube. Yeah, I mean, but even if they did it on track, there's no way for me to embed the video onto our website. So I have to have a link, and that's not. I mean, they want to click on your website and boom, and I should be able to embed their code, right? Get that code and all that time on our website. So when they visit our website, boom, it goes straight to their channel, and then from their channel they can go ahead.
You know, if you do this stuff on every month, then it's going to be a lot easier.
Oh yeah.
If you only do it once, 2 times a year, 3 times a year, you know.
The tough thing about it is, like, so we were gonna do it at volleyball. I brought this stuff out to do it at volleyball, right? Actually, no. I made them call Mafia because they were telling me the signal on cellular is very poor because of brick wall. And they sat on my request for when they worked in the town. They finally said, yeah, well, we can't get anything out like that.
If you didn't care, ready for this? Just take a note. You didn't care. There's nobody in these services that period. But now here's your bottom line. I used to wonder around my job.
Being really loud on that.
I used to wonder. You gotta get sick. I used to wonder around my job. Why is it not like that? Woke up one day and I saw so many guys. I should be the one that hears the most.
True.
And so should you.
Oh yeah, true. However, I don't. You have control of your program. I'm not this. I'm not
hear you.
I'm the executioner, not the decision maker. And that's the problem. They want me to make decisions. The problem is they won't give me authority.
Hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Mayport Fitness Center here at Naval Station, Mayport, Florida, as we get set for more action in the 2019 Armed Forces Men's and Women's Basketball Championship, getting ready for the start of the second half. The Army-Navy game. As Navy goes into the locker room, leading the Army by the score of 29-28. I'm Van Stokes along with Steve Denote. Glad you could be with us wherever you are around the world. and watching this flow brought to you by Armed Forces Sports. Underway here, Army's ball to start the second half. Darrell Henderson across the key. He'll lose it. Turnover Army. Tillman Dunbar comes away. He'll drive the link, puts it up. No good. Called for the foul. That's going to be Maurice Williams, his second personal foul. First team foul here in the second half by Army. So up to the line goes Tillman Dunbar from Woodbridge, Virginia. And a graduate of the United States Naval Academy, where he was a 4-year starter, along with his All-Navy teammate, Worth Smith, and also a part of that team, his All-Navy teammate on the floor right now, Grant Vermeer. Shots are good, 31-28. Army down by 3. Drive down the lane that time by Bradley. He'll get it back out to Jamal Thomas. Shot no good. Bradley comes with the loose ball. Dishes off to Darrell Henderson. He'll jam it home. And it's 31-30 Navy. Quick pass down floor. In and out of the hands and out of bounds off of Craig Johnson. He comes back and says, it's not the way I saw it. So, good rapport. I like the rapport. I look at officials, I look at officiating for knowledge of the rules, application of the rules. I watch mechanics, and I also watch rapport. Rapport very fine, as is the knowledge, application, and mechanics. 1 point ball game right now. Army's ball left side. Bradley, 3-point shot up, no good. Rebound, Mamadou Seck kicks it right back out. Jamal Thomas, he puts up the 3-pointer. It's good, count it. Army takes the lead, 33-31. That's the way it was throughout much of the first half. And a little jumper, 17-footer, that time by Dunbar. We're tied, 33 apiece. Right side to Jamal Thomas right now. Long pass underneath by Mamadou Seck. Ball knocked out of his hands, goes off of his body, out of bounds, Army. It'll be Navy ball. Seck thought he was fouled. Long pass down the floor. Bounces off the hands of Mamadou Seck as he was trying to guard that time. Craig Johnson. That's who the pass was intended for. Full court pass practically. Grant Vermeer will inbound the ball. Throws it all the way out to Dunbar. Dunbar will go to the right side. Kicks it over to Ray, over to Worth Smith, corner. Smith goes down low. Craig Johnson, he'll put it up. No good, gets his own rebound. And jump ball's called. Jump ball is called. And it's going to be Navy ball. Possession arrow, Navy, underneath their own basket. Into Ray it comes. Over to Dunbar, 3-point attempt. Up, no good. Rebound, Darrell Henderson. Kicks it out. Jamal Thomas. He'll bring it down the court. Gives it up to Williams. Over to Henderson. Corner to Bradley now. Back out to Thomas. Over to Williams. Down to Henderson. Right corner. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Maurice Williams out in front. Right side gets a ball screen. He'll drive. Goes towards the basket. Tries to put it up, and he's fouled. So that foul is going to be on Tillman Dunbar. Be his first personal foul. And it's going to send Maurice Williams to the line. We talked about Dunbar, his Naval Academy experience. You got to talk about Maurice Williams and his experience at the United States Military Academy in West Point. 4 years, 27 years old.
Yep, you know what's
and makes good on the second shot, and it's a 34-33 ball game. Vermeer has it high on the right side, over to Johnson. Between the circles, Dunbar tries to go down low to Worth Smith, but bouncing off the foot that time of Alex Bradley. Out of bounds, Army. Navy ball underneath the basket. Into Ray. Tries to step behind the line, doesn't do so. It's a 2-point shot. He had a foot on the line, so counted for 2. 35-34 is the score. Navy up by 1. Thomas throws it backside, trying to save it from over and back, but not able to do so is Bradley. And turnover Army. Ronald Ray will take it out pretty much in front of us. So Navy leading by 1, 16:40 remaining here in this ball game. Ray's got it between the circles. Goes over to the left side. Tillman Dunbar, who'll bring it back around to the right. Kicks it back to Ray. He'll dribble left. Finds a cutting Worth Smith underneath, who lays it up and is fouled in the process. That foul committed by Jamal Thomas. Count the basket and send Worth Smith to the free throw line. Three-point play. Worth Smith today, 1 for 1 from the line. They've got his numbers down, though, because he's only scored 5. And a timeout is called by Army. This is going to be a full timeout. As Navy has grabbed the lead here with 16:25 to play in the second half by the score of 38-34. I want to remind you that we are back tomorrow. Navy versus the Air Force women. That will tip off at 10 o'clock. And then Navy men versus the Air Force men thereafter, immediately thereafter. And then at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's going to be the Army versus the Marine Corps. Women up first. And then the final game of the day tomorrow, the fourth game, the last game of the day, that's going to be between Army and the Marine Corps. Hard to believe we're coming into Friday almost, and then back just a day after tomorrow for the consolation game, the championship game here in the 2019 Armed Forces Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. You got to like it. Because it's basketball played at the highest level within the military services, aside, of course, from Division I basketball in the academies. Army down by 4. Bradley with the ball, far side. 3-point shot by Bradley. It's up, no good. Seck goes flying across the floor. He gets up. Ray comes away with it, gets it up the floor. Smith puts up a layup. It's no good. Bradley's got it. He comes back the other way. Jamal Thomas, he'll kick it back to Bradley to Seck. Back to Thomas in the corner. Shots up. It's good. Count it. 3-point shot. Worked that one around nicely to Army. If they did that more often instead of running it up and down the floor, you might have the same result. Instead, it's 38-37 right now. Navy. Spinner in the lane. Put up by Dunbar. No good. Taken by Henderson. Gets away from Henderson, and Bradley gets away from Henderson, and Ray takes it and puts it back home for Navy. So count the shot. Key shot by Ronald Ray. And then in a little bit of frustration or aggravation perhaps, the foul is committed by Darrell Henderson. So in what looked like a pretty clear rebound and then a lost ball opportunity that Ray got put back in, Henderson fouled immediately thereafter. Shot was good. Ray went to the line, and now he makes that. And it's a 41-37 ball game. Credit the effort, but again, it's a matter of playing and staying under control. Right side now. There's Bradley. He'll go down low to Seck. Mamadou Seck wants to drive the lane. He's cut off, can't do it. Gets it out to Darrell Henderson. Henderson tries to go up, and the shot is blocked. Henderson couldn't get it out of his hands. And he'll come out of the game. Coming into the contest right now for Army, Kennedy Edwards. 41-37. 15-10 remaining in the ball game. The drive, the stop, the shot that time by Dunbar, no good. The rebound by Ray, he puts it back. Count it, 43-37. Time for Army to pick up some steam here. They trail by 6. Quick move to the left side, the drive that time by Bradley, and he's fouled as he tries to take it to the hoop. He'll go to the line. Alex Bradley, 5'9" guard, smallest man on the floor right now. Smaller even than Tillman Dunbar. They're both listed as 5'9". But realistically, if they stand back to back, you will see Alex Bradley, the shorter of the two. So Bradley will go to the line. He'll shoot 2. And he'll make the first shot. Bradley, an 85% free throw shooter in this tournament. And he misses the second shot. Rebound Navy, where Smith goes up and gets it. Gets it back out to Tillman Dunbar. Comes up the floor. Top of the key. Kicks it over to Deontay Jones. Three-point shot. Jones nails it from three-point land. 46-38 is the score. And the pass down low by Thomas. That time he was looking for Mamadou Seck, but it traveled on beyond Mamadou Seck and out of bounds. Turnover Army, Navy ball. Justin Williams in the game for Navy. He'll bring it up the floor. Over comes Dunbar. Drives down the lane, puts up a little layup. It's no good, and he's fouled in the act. That foul is going to be committed by Alex Bradley, and it's going to be a 2-shot foul. Tillman Dunbar will step to the line. He's 4 for 6 from the free throw line today. And he makes his first shot. 47-38. Navy trying to widen the lead over Army. Navy unbeaten in this tournament. Second shot, it's good. It's a 10-point lead, 48-38, 14-15 remaining in the game. Right corner over to Kenneth Blackwell. Guarded by Dunbar. Gets the pass inside to Edwards. Tries to go across the lane, and he's tripped up. Foul's called on the play. Foul called that time against Dunbar, Tillman Dunbar. Tillman Dunbar picks up his second personal foul. And into the game for Navy comes, I want to say Dennis Murphy, and that is if he's changed back into his number 2 jersey, which he has, which means they got the blood off of that originally. He had to change jerseys in the first half. So Army will bring the ball in. Blackwell out behind the arc. He's going to drive. Tries to lay it up. It's no good. Smith on the rebound. Dunbar kicks it out to Smith. 3-point shot. Up. No good. A rebound that time. Marquise Becton. He'll throw it down court. All alone was Mamadou Seck. He lays it in. 48-40 is the score. Credit Becton, though. He went up and got it. Got it down court quickly. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. This timeout, there's going to be a 30-second timeout. It's going to be a Navy timeout called by Navy head coach Micah Bonner. If you take a look at the standings coming into today's game between Army and Navy, Navy 4-0, Army 2-2. Meanwhile, Air Force and the Marine Corps coming into today. Each team was 1-3. And then taking a look at the scores earlier today, Marine Corps beating the Air Force by the score of 92-82. So Marine Corps goes 2-3 in the tournament. And Air Force 1-4. Shot good, counted 51-40. That's by Dunbar. Three-pointer. Back down the other way. No good for Army. Navy's going to turn it around, come back as well. Little runner that time by Deontay Jones, and Deontay Jones follows it nicely and gets the points. Nice follow through that time by Jones. Beckton out the top of the key. He's going to dribble to the right side. Kicks it down low to Thomas. Out to Blackwell. Three-point attempt. It's good. And Army trailing by 10, 53-43. 12:30 remaining in the game. Dunbar's shot. It's blocked that time. Blocked by Kennedy Edwards. And substituting the game for Navy right now, that's going to be Blake Bush. Out to Tillman Dunbar now. Down low, Justin Williams for the Navy. And a foul call on the play. That's going to be against Kennedy Edwards. And that is Justin Williams, who took a shot to the head. We'll call it an inadvertent elbow for lack of better description. He's still blinking heavily. Shakes it off. He's good to go. I see him lower his shoulder. And he'll take the inbound pass. He's ready to go. Cuts across the lane. Kicks it back out to Deontay Jones now. Jones gets a good ball screen. Comes to the right side. Over to Murphy. Murphy gives it back up to Jones. It goes back to Murphy, top of the key, three-point shot, no good, front rim. Off the rim it goes to Kenneth Blackwell. He's got it, comes down the right side. Blackwell, good ball screen that time by Edwards. He's gonna reset it. Between the circles he is. Mamadou Seck, left side. Mamadou Seck dribbles left. Little left-handed jumper, nicely done. 7-footer, counted, it's good, 53-45, Army within 8. Dunbar, three-point attempt, it's good, count it, Tillman Dunbar. Second three-pointer of this half. Puts Navy up by 11 again. 11:29 to play in this game. Right side that time, three-pointer by Kennedy Edwards. Good. They're trading three-point shots right now. Good move that time by Dunbar. Gets by Blackwell. Goes out to the left side. Two-point shot. 15-footer that time by Murphy. 58-48 is the score. Army ball. Beckton with it on the left side. Jamal Thomas, top of the key. Rattles around. No good. Coming away with it is Murphy. Gets it back up the floor quick. He'll lose it too quick. Seck takes over. Seck goes down the floor. He'll dish it off. And a whistle on the play. Seck dished it off that time to Jamal Thomas, who tried to go up with it and was fouled. So Jamal Thomas will go to the line. And the foul that time was on by Dennis Murphy. So Murphy picks up his first personal foul. And Thomas makes good on his first shot. Jamal Thomas, a 67% free throw shooter. Makes good on his second one, is 2 for 2 today. 8-point game, 58-50, 10:42 to play. Plenty of time for Army to mount an attack. Time to bring out some of the guns or some of the defensive weapons, either one. Here comes Murphy, across the timeline, guarded by Blackwell. Ball screen, left side by Murphy. Goes up with it, no good. Rebound, put back, Justin Williams. 50-60 is the score. Army trails by 10. Down low to Sek. Tries to drive on the baseline, whistle on the play. They step in real quickly to break it up. And that foul that time is going to go against Blake Bush. Non-shooting foul. Fouls on 1-2 Gold. That's Bush. Blackwell's going to inbound the ball. He does so to Sek. Guarded by Bush. He'll go across the lane. He puts up a jumper. It's no good. You can tell Sek was trying to get back after that foul. There's the drive by Vermeer. Blocked, no good. No goaltending on that one. Play on, as they like to say. Edwards dribbles, gets caught in traffic, gives it up to Thomas. Shot from the left corner, no good. Rebound that time, Williams. They'll come back the other way. Down to Murphy. Over to Deontay Jones. He'll drive right. Puts up the three-point shot, no good. Off the rim, rebound Navy. Put back, no good. Rebound Navy again, put back again, and there's a foul on the play. Credit Justin Williams. He fought through 2 defenders for that time and came up with a rebound. So that foul is going to go against Mamadou Sek. Mamadou Sek has picked up his 3rd personal foul here in this game. Score remains Navy 60, Army 50. And the shot by Justin Williams, no good. Justin Williams coming to the line. Prior to today, in the previous 4 games, he was simply 1 for 2. Justin Williams on the line today. Putting up his 2nd shot. Rolls around and it's in. So 1 for 2 coming into the game so far. 1 for 2 at the line today as well. Blackwell will bring it up. Run into from behind by zone man Henderson. Henderson going up to jam, and he is fouled. That foul is going to be against Justin Williams. That had jam written all over it. But he couldn't get it out of his hands. Moisture on the floor. That's taken care of. And Darrell Henderson at the line. Misses on the first shot. Army trailing by 11, 61-50. Into the game right now, back into the game, I should say, Worth Smith for the Navy. One of the things we haven't talked about is what Worth Smith does when he's away from playing basketball. He's assistant chief engineer on the USS Shiloh. And he misses a 2nd shot. That's Darrell Henderson. Rebound, Ray. Dennis Murphy for the Navy brings it across the timeline. Ball screen by Worth Smith. Out to Ray. Over to Murphy. 3-point attempt by Murphy. Right side, no good. Rebound by Becton, kicks out to Blackwell, who will bring it up the left side. Over to Williams. Now over to Kennedy Edwards, deep on the right side. Drives across, pull-up jumper near the free throw line. Good, count it. 14-footer that time. And it's a 61-52 ball game, 8:30 to play. 9-point lead by Navy. Timeout on the floor. And it's going to be a full timeout by Navy. Take a look at some of the numbers here. Army shooting 40% from the floor, Navy shooting 40% from the floor. Army with 8 3-pointers, Navy with 7 3-pointers. Army with 13 turnovers, Navy with 10 turnovers. Army with 33 rebounds, Navy with 31 rebounds. Points off the bench, Army 25, Navy 21. And the beat just goes on. 9 second chance points by each team. You want to talk about an evenly matched contest, that's what you're looking at right now. The 61 to 52 point difference. Perhaps points in the paint, 22 to 18 in favor of Navy. But then you take a look at free throws, the big number right there, 12 for 15 from the free throw line. I was looking for that number, and then it just pops out. Thanks to the great staff up here on the table. That is the difference maker in this ball game, pretty much. Army down the floor. Ball goes off one of the Navy players. It's going to be Army ball. I want to say good people up here on the table. I'm talking about those that are working with StatVA. Those are the folks bringing the live and complete stats. 3-point shot on the outside that time. Nicely done by Kennedy Edwards. 61-55. Army pulling within 6. Where's Smith, right side. Pull-up jumper. Too long. Off the board, loose ball. Knocked out of bounds by Ronald Ray, Army ball. And timeout on the floor. Timeout on the floor called by Army, and it's going to be a full timeout. Talking to you about the live and complete stats brought to you by StatVA. They like to keep the records straight. They provide stats for football, basketball, baseball, softball, and volleyball. You can access these stats by going to www.armedforcesports.com. You can access the stats, you can access the live stream, and you can access all the information that comes along with the Armed Forces Sports Program, as well as the World Military Games and CISM. CISM, Council International du Sport Militaire, 139 countries around the world have their military programs as a part of CISM, the largest non-Olympic sports organization in the world. Olympics, of course, being the premier, the mountaintop, the Mount Everest. But right next to them, CISM, 139 countries and operating with the full philosophy of the Olympic Games, with one exception. They're all military athletes from 139 different countries. You can get all that information off of www.armedforcesports.com. Here comes Army. Left side, Kenneth Blackwell. Out to the top, 3-point shot up, no good. That's by Kennedy Edwards. Army gets the rebound. Blackwell comes away with it. Gets it back out to Becton, high on the left side. Becton will take it back between the circles. Left side back to Blackwell. He'll dribble right. Guarded by Dunbar. Left side, Darrell Henderson. He'll dribble in, has it knocked away. Turnover, Army. Navy turns it right back over. Left side to Blackwell. He'll drive along the lane. And he's called for the offensive foul. Deontay Jones planted himself right in the path. He drew the foul, did Jones. Blackwell gets charged. 61-55 the score. 7:05 remaining in this ball game. Chances of these two teams meeting for the gold medal? Well, right now I'd say they're pretty fair. Shot from the right side on Ray, no good. Rebound put back, nicely done by Worth Smith. 63-55. Beckton's going to drive against Grant Vermeer over on the left side. He'll get it back to Maurice Williams, who will drive in the lane, and he's fouled. And that's going to go against Ronald Ray. Ray called for the foul. Ronald Ray has now picked up his third personal foul. Oh, excuse me, that's going to go against Deontay Jones. Ray was a little incredulous when he was identified as the guy who committed the foul. But that's because he didn't commit it. That was Deontay Jones. But Ray thought it was against him, and that's why he had the look on that face. Shot by Darrell Henderson from the free throw line is good. Second shot by Henderson. It'll rattle around, falls away. This time Ronald Ray comes away with it, and everything's clean. Tillman Dunbar brings it up. He'll be on the left side. Behind the arc, three-point shot up, no good. Rebound Worth Smith. He'll put it back up, no good. Rebound that time by Edwards. He'll get it down the floor quickly to Beckton. Beckton over to the left side. Maurice Williams puts it up. Three-point shot, no good. And hustling after it and then bouncing it off of Grant Vermeer is Kenneth Blackwell. That is double effort by Blackwell and saves the possession for Army. He'll bring it back in. And foul committed on the play, this time by Tillman Dunbar against Michael Blackwell. On the inbound pass, Dunbar went for the steal. A little bit off balance, ran into Blackwell. He gets called for the foul. That's going to be Dunbar's third personal foul. It'll send Kenneth Blackwell, to the line. You know, hit the first shot in a one-on-one situation. Blackwell, a paralegal at Fort Eustis, Virginia. Been in the Army for 7 years, in the military for 7 years. And if I'm not mistaken, was a former Marine. We'll have to double check that fact for you. And he hits the second one as well. And you know how you do that? You ask them. You just go right up and you ask them, which is what this announcer just really enjoys doing, being around these military athletes. Deontay Jones, top of the key, all the way to the right side to Dunbar. He'll dribble down, almost loses it. Dribbles down through the lane, kicks it back out to Vermeer, left side. He'll go baseline, looks underneath to Ray. Ray puts it up, it's in. They worked it around nicely, did Navy, came away with the 2 points. They lead 65-58. Left side in the corner, that's Beckton. He pushes Blackwell away, puts up the three-point shot, it's good. Push Vermeer away, I should say. And no whistle on the play. The three-point shot was good, and it's a 65-61 ball game. The drive by Dunbar goes off of one of the Army players, and Dunbar took a shot in the head. He's holding on to his head. He's okay. But anytime you drive into a wall of traffic like that, that's what's going to happen. Jones brings it in to Worth Smith. Grant Vermeer, top of the key. He'll drive the lane. He kicks it out to Dunbar. Three-point shot. It's up. It's good. His head's okay. He rubbed that head, got his vision straight, sank the three, 68-61. Drive along the lane. Kenneth Blackwell, he'll lay it in. 68-63, 4:45 remaining in this ball game. Army down by 5. We knew this was going to be a good one from the get-go, and it has been. Another three-point shot. That time it's good by Dunbar. He has found the range. Gives his team an 8-point lead. Becton into the corner to Henderson. Back to Becton. Out front to Edwards. He puts up a three-point shot, and Kennedy Edwards nails it. Edwards from Notre Dame South High School in Los Angeles. He's assigned at Fort Hood, Texas, where Smith says, I can do it too. He puts up a three-pointer. It's no good, however. Henderson comes away, gives it off to Becton. They're back down the left side. Army trailing by 5, 3:50 remaining in this game. Back out on top to Henderson. He gives it up to Maurice Williams. 12 on the shot clock. Henderson high on the outside. Over to Williams left side. Williams dribbles against Vermeer. Gets under and puts up a shot. No good. Rebound by Ronald Ray. And Navy has possession. Dunbar will walk it up the floor. Over to Grant Vermeer, down to Ronald Ray in the corner, back out to Dunbar. He skips it around to Jones, over to Vermeer left side. He'll drive the lane. He likes to kick out. Instead he goes down low. Errant pass, steal by Henderson. Turnover Navy. And timeout is called on the floor. So timeout on the floor called by Army. They trail by 5. Exactly 3 minutes to go in this contest, 71-66. It was an Army game up front, and then Navy turned up the pressure, turned up the heat, whittled away at the deficit. And Navy took a 29-28 lead into the half, and has outscored the Army here in the second half thus far by the score of 42-38 in the second half. Hence, your total score, Navy 71, Army 66. It has been a good one, but we've got more. 2019 Armed Forces Basketball Championship action tomorrow from Mayfield Fitness Center here at Naval Station Mayport. Naval Station Mayport here in Jacksonville, Florida. Top of the key right now, and that is Marquise Becton. Clock whittles down. Becton one-on-one with Deontay Jones. Jones steals it. Jones is going to go the distance. Jones at the other end. No good, but the follow-up by Grant Vermeer is good. Navy takes a 73-66 lead. Well played that time by Deontay Jones, and a nice finish by Vermeer. The kick down low to Mamadou Seck. Reverse layup, no good. Rebound comes off to the hands of Tillman Dunbar. Navy ball. 73-66, 2:10 remaining in this ball game. And they will slow everything down. And the pass goes down low to Vermeer, tipped away, I think, by Kennedy Edwards. Bottom line, Navy ball, out of bounds. Inbound pass that time goes to Okamina. It's no good. Army comes away on the layup attempt. Rebound that time by Kennedy Edwards. Right side Bradley. He'll dish down low to Seck. Seck likes to go across the lane. Shot on the outside by Edwards. It's no good. Rebound by Becton. And Darrell Henderson gets called for the foul. They will walk it back down to the other end, where Navy will shoot. And Okamina will go to the line. 6'7" center out of Oceana, Virginia. Aviation maintenance admins person. Went to Utah State, played at Utah State for a couple of years. That was after he went to Salt Lake Community College. So Army will come back the other way now. Mamadou Seck has it. Gives it back up to Bradley. Bradley, jumper. Free throw line, no good. Rebound, Worth Smith. Dunbar has it. Moves it ahead to Vermeer. Vermeer over the corner. Deontay Jones, sharpshooter. It's good. 3-point shot by Deontay Jones. Count it. 76-66. 10-point lead by Navy. And Deontay Jones getting a lot of high fives over in the Navy huddle directly in front of press row here at Mayport Fitness Center. Not necessarily the nail that sealed the coffin, but something similar to that. To give Navy a 10-point lead, 76-66 with 1:09 remaining in this ball game. A win by Navy would give them a 5-0 record here in this tournament competition. And by such would clinch a spot in the championship game in this double round robin tournament format. And Navy playing with a great head of steam right now, with the realization that they have not won an Armed Forces men's basketball title since 2005. But right now, ships away, and Navy's out in front. Here comes Blackwell. Blackwell over to Edwards. Kennedy Edwards puts one up near the free throw line, no good. Batted around. Deontay Jones comes away with it. He'll get it down court to Grant Vermeer. Vermeer on the layup is good. If it's one thing Vermeer's got, it's ball control. He reminds me of Jacob Vann of the Air Force. Both guys control the basketball. Both guys played for the respective service academies. Marquise Beckham on the little runner. No good, he gets the rebound, puts it back up, 38 seconds left. And a foul on the play. Foul that time by Kenneth Blackwell. And they'll walk back down to the other end. A lot of high fives on the court still by Navy. How about Deontay Jones, though? Deontay Jones played 2 years at the JUCO level and a year at an NAI school. He's 27 years old, comes from Charleston, Missouri. He was all-state in the state of Missouri prior to coming into the Navy. And that three-pointer that he had moments ago, which is huge and key. Shot was good on the line by Tillman Dunbar. And the next shot rattles in and out. Army will bring it back the other way. 79-68 is the score. Shot by Blackwell from the corner, counted, it's good. And that's a three-point shot by Kenneth Blackwell. And very quickly, Navy calls a timeout with 29.9 seconds to go and a 79-71 lead over Army. They're going to take a full timeout. And it's been a hard-fought game right from the get-go. 41.4% from the floor for Army, 41.2% by Navy. We pointed it out early, and it bears reporting out again. 13 for 17 at the free throw line for Navy, and 11 for 19 for Army. Army shooting 58% at the free throw line. Navy shooting 77%. Big difference right there. Around the rest of the stats, they remain relatively stable. 12 three-pointers on the day for Army, 10 three-pointers on the day for Navy. Bench points, Army 44 off the bench, Navy 24 off the bench. And rebounds, +3 for Army, 42-39. So that's where we stand with 29.9 seconds remaining in this game and an 8-point lead by Navy. Ball comes into Deontay Jones. He's fouled quickly by Marquise Beckham, and they'll walk back down the other end. That was a foul by Marquise Becton on that, number 1. Deontay Jones will go to the line. Stationed aboard the USS Essex. playing in his third Armed Forces basketball championship. It's good. 80-71 the score, 29 seconds even on the clock. Ronald Ray coming back into the game. Out of the game comes Okamina. Jones's next shot. Bounces up and away, no good. Down the court comes Beckton, gives it up to Blackwell. Three-pointer from downtown, shot no good. Rebound Ray. Fouled from behind quickly by Sek. And they'll walk back down the other end for Ray to go to the free throw line. Ronald Ray coming to the line today. 1 for 1 so far. They've all been hard fought. Every one of these games here in this 2019 men's and women's basketball championship, score aside, you're just talking about a hard fought game.
5 players, double digits. 5 Navy players, double digits.
And Ray, no good from the free throw line. Down the floor becomes Blackwell. He'll drive the distance, lays it up. 7-point game, 80-73. Foul that time by Mamadou Sek. As Deontay Jones tried to bring it up the floor, 9.9 seconds remaining on the clock, and an 80-73 score. 7-point lead by Navy. Deontay Jones to step to the line one more time. He is 1 for 2 from the free throw line. But Deontay Jones, he's 3 for 5 behind the arc. 12 points in the game for Jones. Charleston, Missouri, located down near the Boot Heel in southeast Missouri. On the way towards Sikeston, Poplar Bluff. And towns like that. Makes good on it. 82-73 the score. Williams, three-point shot, no good. Rebound, back out behind the line that time. Comes Thomas, he puts up the three-pointer. He hits it at the buzzer. And there is your game. Ladies and gentlemen, your final score, United States Navy 82 and the United States Army 76. Looking at the scoring today for the Navy. 5 players in double figures led by Tillman Dunbar. 21 points for Dunbar, 7 for 10 from the free throw line, 4 for 9 behind the arc was Dunbar. 2 players with 14 points apiece. Ronald Ray, 14 points on the day. He had 11 rebounds, double-double for Ray. 14 points also for Deontay Jones. Jones, 3 for 5 behind the arc. 11 points by Grant Vermeer and 10 points by Dennis Murphy to lead Navy today. Leading scorers for Army today, 2 soldiers with 14 points apiece. Kenneth Blackwell with 14, 2 for 4 behind the arc was Blackwell. Kennedy Edwards, 14 points, 4 for 6 was Kennedy Edwards. 13 rebounds on the day by Mamadou Sek. Once again, your final score, Navy 82, Army 76. Those are your individual totals. Let's take a real quick look at the team totals. Very well matched on team totals today. We'll get our stat sheet in just a second. 41% from the floor by Army, 41% from the floor by Navy. 12 three-point shots canned by Army today. 10 three-pointers by Navy. I mean, balance all the way around. The difference today, though, you've got to take a look possibly at points in the paint. Navy got 30 points in the paint. They had 23 points off of turnovers. Conversely, Army had 24 points in the paint, 13 points of turnovers. You take a look at that. You take a look at free throws. Navy 16 for 23 from the line, Army 11 for 19. But those points in the paint and those points off of turnovers, that proved to be the difference today by the United States Navy as they've defeated the Army by the score of 82 to 76. Well, that's going to do it from Mayport Fitness Center here on Thursday in the 2019 Armed Forces Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. We are back again tomorrow, 10 o'clock tip-off. It'll be Navy and Air Force. Women's game up first to be followed by the men. 20 minutes at the conclusion of the women's game. And then at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, it's the Army and the Marine Corps. Women up first. They'll be followed by the men. Back on Saturday, consolation game. Tip-off at 11 o'clock between the number 3 seed, the number 4 seed. And then at 3 o'clock, after the men and women play for the third place, the bronze medals in this Armed Forces competition, it'll be the number 1 seed, the gold medal match between the number 1 seed, the number 2 seed, men up, tipping it off at 3 o'clock, followed by the women right after that. Well, that's going to do it today from Mayport Fitness Center. You have been listening and watching the 2019 Armed Forces Men's and Women's Basketball Championships. Until tomorrow, I'm Van Stokes saying so long, everyone.